The MiG-29 is the Ukrainian Air Force's most numerous fighter, even after a drunken officer accidentally rammed one of the twin-engine jets in his car last year, destroying it. Tallies vary depending on the source, but Ukraine probably possesses between 37 and 70 MiG-29s, all of them inherited from the Soviet Union back in 1991. The powerful but short-ranged fighters with their smoky RD-33 engines almost certainly outnumber Ukraine's best jets, the roughly 3 dozen Su-27s that fly from twin bases flanking the Ukrainian capital Kiev. But don't expect the MiGs to make a serious dent in an attacking Russian force in the event the massive Russian army staging along the Ukrainian border goes on the offensive. The biggest problem might not be the aging MiGs. A pilot shortage could ground many of the planes. More than 200 MiG-29s were on Ukrainian soil when the Soviet Union collapsed 31 years ago. The MiG fleet dwindled over the next 2 decades as Kiev sold some of the jets to foreign buyers and put into storage excess airframes it couldn't afford to crew and maintain. On paper, the Ukrainian Air Force operated 80 MiG-29s on the day, back in February 2014. That Russian troops invaded and seized Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula. But more than half of the MiGs were in Crimea at the time. The Russians captured 45 of the fighters. Most of the MiG-29s were in disrepair and unflyable. The Russians actually dismantled many of them and shipped them north to mainland Ukraine. A year later, Kiev could muster just 19 MiG-29s. As the war expanded and the Russians backed anti-government separatists in Ukraine's Donbas region, the Ukrainian Air Force was so desperate for serviceable jets that it armed one of the MiG-29s belonging to the service's Ukrainian Falcons aerobatic team and sent it, special livery and all, streaking. Russian and separatist air defenders shot down 2 Ukrainian MiG-29s over Crimea, but the number of MiGs in service steadily expanded as engineers uncrated and rebuilt the jets from Crimea and also pulled additional airframes out of storage.